In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I feel about Honkai Star Rail's 1.4 update. I'm so sorry that I couldn't stream it and watch it with you guys live on Friday. I've got a full day in school on Fridays and there's absolutely nothing that I can do about it. Or Genshin has an update stream because it always happens on Fridays at around 12 PM to 1 PM, but I still think it's important for me to share my opinion on updates, which is why I've decided to record this video. I've watched the VOD for the stream and I've also read a few articles on Hoyoverse explaining what's going to be added in 1.4 as well. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I think we should start with the lore side of things. In 1.4, we're getting a companion mission for Jingliu and we're also getting an interlude type of trail-based mission for Belobog. I just know that these two missions are going to be absolute bangers because at this point, I think it's fair that we all agree on how good Honkai Star Rail's lore is. And yeah, we're most likely going to find out more about the past of Jingliu, Jingyuan, Danghen, and also other Xianzhou characters, and I assume this mission is going to bring the story of the Xianzhou to a close. I might be wrong, but I do believe that we're very close to the end of the Xianzhou story. As for the Belobog's mission, I just can't wait to see all the characters back again. I love them so much, and hopefully it's going to be a warm story which introduces Topaz as well. But I'm not sure whether this mission is going to tie in with the 1.4 update's main event, but either way, I think that's all the addition of lore that we're getting in 1.4, and so let's move on to talking about the events now. The main event, Ethereum Rules, seems very similar to Pokemon for some reason. I'm not sure whether this is only me, but either way, let me know in the comments whether you think of the same thing. It seems like we're going to use enemies that we've seen so far to fight against other people's own collection of enemies, and I think that's about it in terms of the amount of information that we have on this event so far. I'm not too sure what the setting for this event is like, but it still seems quite interesting to be able to fight with not the characters that we have on our account, but instead with monsters. Also, another amazing thing about this event is that as we complete it, we'll be able to get a free copy of one of these 4-star characters on the screen right now as your reward besides your usual style of Jade. Personally, I'm most likely going to pick Pella because I already have E6 Luca and also E6 Serval, and as for Hook, I don't use her at all, but still, it's nice to see something like this being added to Star Rail. As for the other events, we're going to get a double Relics event and also a double Planisphere / Link Rope event, which is nice for getting pieces for characters, but I think we all know how bad the raids are in Star Rail in terms of getting actual good stats, and so fingers crossed, hopefully we're not just going to be suffering twice the amount of pain. And of course, we're going to get free temples, just like every single update that we've had so far. And one thing that I'm so happy about is that for 2 updates in a row now, we're going to be getting another update to the simulated universe, and this time it's called Planet Infinity. So basically what happens is we enter planes just like in Swarm Disaster, and we earn buffs as we complete them, and finally in the boss plane, there are going to be objectives that we need to complete to get the maximum amount of rewards. I think Swarm Disaster is a permanent addition, and hopefully it's going to be the same for Planet Infinity as well. I really like how Hoyoverse is adding more and more pseudo endgame content for Star Rail, and before you ask me why, the reason why I'm not calling it actual endgame is because we don't know the full details of this new addition yet, but fingers crossed it's going to be an endgame content that we can play forever. And before talking about the characters that are coming, the thing that I'm most excited to talk about, let's move on to the remaining smaller things that are also going to be added. So there's going to be 2 new areas in Yarilo 6, which means you're going to get a bit more strategy from exploring those 2 new areas, and there's also going to be a new Stagnant Shadow boss, whose material is going to be the Ascension material for Topaz. Last but not least, there's going to be 3 new Belobog enemies that are going to be added, and I think that's about it for 1.4 other than the characters that are coming. Alright, I can't wait any further, and so let's move on to the characters and let's start with Jingliu. So she's an ice type destruction path character who, as I've said in my previous video, has one of the most beautiful ultimate animations in the game. Like there's nothing that can beat it except for maybe Kafka's one. Personally, I do believe that she's going to be a very strong destruction path character, and I'm definitely going to be pulling for her as I still don't have a 5-star destruction character yet. But yeah, overall, I like basically everything about her and I would definitely recommend you guys to pull for her. And next up, we've got Topaz and Numi or Numbi. I'm not too sure how you're supposed to pronounce it, but either way, I'm also going to be pulling for her if I manage to get Jingliu without losing the 50-50 that is. So wish me luck, because lately my luck hasn't been great. So she's a fire type hunt path character who mainly deals her damage through Numi or Numbi. The damage that Numi or Numbi deals is considered as follow-up attack damage if I haven't recalled incorrectly, and I'm just interested to see what her playstyle is going to be like, because we've never had a follow-up orientated character who deals damage that is single target orientated. And last but not least, we're also going to get a new 4-star character called Guinaifen. I'm not too sure how you pronounce that either. It's shiny, so I think I should know how to pronounce it after looking at it. But either way, she's going to be introduced in 1.4 as well, and she's a fire type nihility path character who inflicts burn DOT onto enemies when she attacks, and I just know, like 100%, she's going to work so well with Kafka. And yeah, maybe if she's better than Sample, I'll replace him in my go-to team for Kafka. And just one small little interesting interesting thing about her is that the 4-star icon which has her on the art is called subscribe for more. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get her on my account as sort of like a good luck charm, if you get what I mean. And I think that's about it for all the new things that we know of so far that are going to be added in 1.4. I really have to say though, I think 1.4 is going to be such a good update, if you get what I mean. And I just can't wait to finally be able to do some polling videos again, because not going to lie, polling for characters and also weapons or light cones in Honkai Star Rail's case, that's what I enjoyed the most when I play Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. Let me know what you're most excited for in 1.4, and if you enjoyed this sort of video, please like and subscribe because it means a lot to me. We're less than 350 subscribers away from 1000 subs, and if we can hit that by the end of 2023, that will absolutely make my year. Like seriously, I'm not joking at all. And yeah, I think that's all that I want to say in today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!